Hello everyone. So today I'm going to make a Bible story about Jonah. Before that, please like and subscribe to this video. So the first thing that you want to do is to delete this cat sprite and go to choose sprite and go to letters, and we're gonna choose the letter J, O, N, A, and H to form Jonah. So let's choose the letters. Once you're done with the letter, you can adjust it to form Jonah. After this, we're gonna go to stage and backdrops, and then we're gonna upload backdrop to my file. Let's search for once you're done with the backdrop. Now we continue with the codes for the letter J, O, N, A, and H. So for the codes, we're gonna go to events and add when flag is clicked for J, and then we're gonna go to looks and choose hide, because when it changed the backdrop to the land backdrop, we don't want the letter J to appear again. And then we're gonna choose switch backdrop to land, so it will automatically change to the land backdrop. You can duplicate this code and put it for the letter O, N, A, and H. So the next thing we do is to go to stage and then put the code when flag green clicked, and then we're gonna put switch backdrop to land backdrop. So the next thing we do is to go to backdrop and then use this button to make this background bigger. Once you're done resizing the backdrop, so let's go to backdrop 1 and then let's try the code. You can see it already changed the backdrop too. So the next thing we do is to add Jesus and Jonah. So we go to upload sprite and then we search for Jesus and Jonah. Next, we resize the size of the Jesus and Jonah's picture. So the next thing we do is we're going to add some codes for Jesus and Jonah. For Jesus, we're gonna add one backdrop switch to line backdrop, and then press show, and then wait for some seconds, and then say, Jonah, I want you to go to the Nineveh for some seconds, and then wait for some seconds again, and then finally we hide Jesus. So the next thing we do is to add some codes for Jesus and Jonah. So for Jesus, we're gonna add one backdrop switch to line backdrop, and then we put show, and then we put wait for a few seconds, and say, Jonah, I want you to go to Nineveh and teach them there for some seconds, and then wait for some seconds. Then lastly, for Jesus, we put it. Then for Jonah, we're gonna add from events when backdrop switch to line backdrop, and then put show, put wait for some seconds, and then would move for 5 steps. Once you're done with it, let's go to stage and react. Wait for 13 seconds. Then let's add a new backdrop. After you're done with Jonah's code and Jesus' code, let's go to stage and then go to backdrop and add the new backdrop from good. So let's search for sand. There you have it, sand backdrop. After you add the sand backdrop, let's hide Jesus first. And then we draw in this backdrop. We draw over this line and then put some text box and then write for Tarsis and Nineveh. After you're done with the drawing of Tarshish and Nineveh, let's go to stage and then let's put switch backdrop to sand. Then we could wait for 7 seconds. After that, let's add another switch backdrop to sand and then wait for 4 seconds. Next we go to Jonah and then let's add switch backdrop to sand and then wait for 1 second. And then add say for 2 seconds. After that, let's add wait 1 second. And then we go to motion and add go to X 311, Y minus 163. You can do any coordinates for the X and Y. And then we have to wait 1 second. And then we add another go to X and Y. So let's see when Jonah goes here. So the coordinate for X negative 24 and Y is negative 141. So let's see, write this with minus 24 and this one with minus 149. After that, we put wait 1 second here and we add wait 2 seconds. So after this part of story, Jonah and his friends rowed a boat across the ocean full of storms. So to create this part of the story, we go to stage and then backdrops, and then I'm gonna upload my own backdrop that I have saved. But this picture is from Google. After this, Jonah and his friends rowed a boat across the ocean full of storms. So to create that part of the story, let's go to stage and backdrop. Then I'm gonna upload my own backdrop, but I took this picture from Google and it's saved. So let's search for ship deck. And here's the background picture. After you have the background picture, now let's add some other sprites to become Jonah's friends. So let's plot sprite. Then again, I have saved this picture. So this picture is from Google. Yeah, save. So there's few people in this picture. So I'm going to cut it to the costumes, and then we're only going to choose this, and this. We're not going to use this. So just it. So you may use eraser, or you may use this select button, and then delete the parts you want. You might need to add 3 sprites for Jonah's friend, because Jonah's friend who followed him was 3 people. So after you add Jonah's friend, let's set switch backdrop oops to shift it, and then we will go to this before position here. So let's change it into 11 and minus 162. So let's make Jonah go to his position over there, and then we're gonna make Jonah say, let's go to Tarshish. For 4 seconds. And then we put wait 4 seconds. And then we hide Jonah. After you add some codes for Jonah, let's go to backstage and backdrops. Ulang aja lah, Bi. Next, let's add codes for Jonah's friends. So we're gonna when backdrop switch to shift tab, and then go to looks, and then show, and then go control, wait for 4 seconds, and now we're gonna switch to option with storm, but we're gonna add it after we are done with this part of the story, because after this Jonah is going to sail into the ocean with storm, and then Jonah and his friends will. For this code you can duplicate it and put it inside Jonah's other friends. After you're done adding codes to Jonah's friends, let's go to stage, and then let's add switch backdrop to shift deck, and then wait for 4 seconds. In the next part of the story, Jonah and his friends sail across the ocean that is full of storms. So to recreate that part of the story, we're going to add a backdrop about the ocean with storm. Again, I take this from Google, and then I save the picture in my file. Now that we have the ocean with storm background, let's go to one of Jonah's friends, and then we change the ship neck into ocean with storm. You will also need to do the same for Jonah's other 2 friends. After you change the ship neck into ocean with storms for Jonah's friends, let's go to Jonah, and then we go to looks, and then we add switch backdrop to ocean with storm, and then we add from motion, go to X coordinate, Y coordinate, change this into 100 and change this into 90. So let's see where Jonah go. So Jonah will go up here because in the next part of the story he will drown from his ship to the ocean. Then we add from control wait for 7 seconds. Next, let's add the ship and some storms to recreate the part of the story. After you add the ship, so you go to events and then when back up, switch to ocean storm, and then we go to looks and then we add show, and then we go to motion, and then we add move for 30 steps, and then we go to control and put wait once again. Now we will replay these two code for 8 times, so we will duplicate it. After you add these codes, so we will go to looks and then switch back drop to later it will be under the water, so when Jonah was drowned to the water. So we will add the backdrop after this. Next we go to looks again and then we put night, and then we go to motion and we put go to coordinate negative 127 for x and coordinate negative 35 for y. After you finish with the ship's code, so we will go to upload sprite, and then I've taken this image from Google and then save it in my file. It's thunder. After that thunder, so let's duplicate it. So there will be 3 thunder and make it proportional. Let's put it 1 and the other in the left. After that, let's go to stage and let's switch back up to ocean with storm, and then let's go to Jonah's friend, and then we switch back up to ocean with thunder, and then we go to thunder. So for the next backdrop is going to be water. Let's go to Jonah's friend, switch back up to ocean with storm, and go to sun. So for the next backdrop it's going to be water. So I'm going to take it from upload sprite, and then it's gonna be taken from my file. For the picture I take from Google and then save it. After you add the water background, so let's adjust it. After you've adjusted it, so let's go to thunder, we'll go for thunder, and let's change this into water. Next, let's go to Jonah, and then we go to looks, add switch backdrop to water, and then we put show, put motion, go to coordinate x 96, coordinate y 4, and then we put wait 1 second. And then we put motion, go to x coordinate 91, y coordinate negative 93, and we put wait for 0.2 seconds, and then we add go to x coordinate 200 1, and then y coordinate -92, and then we put wait for 2 seconds, then put height. We go to control and put wait 1 second, and then we go to motion, then we go to x coordinate 62, y coordinate -123, and then we put wait 1 second. When Jonah was drowning, he suddenly got eaten by a whale. So let's add the whale sprite. So again, I will upload the sprite that I have downloaded from Google. And then let's put it here. So here's the whale. Next, let's adjust the size of the whale. After you've adjusted, so let's flip the whale. Flip horizontal. So let's add codes for the whale. So we have one backup switch to the most under part of the ocean. Later we will add the backdrop, and we put show, and we put wait for 0.2 seconds, and we put motion to coordinate x -21, and then coordinate y negative. So the whale is going to be there, and wait 1 second, then we put go to 111 x y 13. So the whale is going to be there. Then let's add wait 1 second, and let's add motion go to x 243 y. So the whale is going to be over there. Next, let's go to stage, and then wait 7 seconds, then we put switch backdrop to water, and then we will put wait 1 second, and it's gonna be the undermost of the ocean. Next, let's add the undermost of the ocean backdrop. I'm going to take the picture from the file because I have taken it from Google and then save it in my file. After we've added the undermost of the ocean backdrop, next let's go to Jonah, and then let's go to coordinate x 62 and coordinate y -123, then wait 1 second, and then show, and then wait 1 second, because we're gonna make the next part of the story where Jonah got to the island again because the whale spit him out. Next, Jonah will say, I have made a mistake. Made a mistake. I will go to me. Next, let's add the island backdrop. So I'm going to upload backdrop, and then of course this backdrop picture is taken from Google, and then I save it in my file. After we add the island backdrop, next we go to the whale again, and then put the switch backdrop to island, and then show, and then go to x coordinate 230 and y coordinate 83. And then we put, wait 1 second, and then we hide it, and then we put the wheel using coordinate x minus 1 and y coordinate 3. Next we go to Jonah, and then for the looks. Now the next factor that I'm gonna add is the end. So to make the smooth transition to it, we're gonna need to add switch backdrop to the end. Later won't be added, but the end. Then hide Jonah, and then turn 330 degree to the right, and then we gotta go to x coordinate 308, y coordinate 110. Next, let's add the end backdrop. So we go to stage, put backdrop, duplicate the title, back to Jonah backdrop, put it in the end. Then we'll add some sprites from scratch, which are letters T H E E N D. After you add the T H E E N D sprite and the EN backdrop, so first let's rename the backdrop to EN. Then we will go to Jonah, and then we change the island to the end. Next we go to backdrop, and then we put switch backdrop to most on the part of the ocean. Then we put wait for 2.1 seconds. Then we put switch backdrop to island, and then we put wait for 9 seconds. Then we put switch backdrop to the end, and then we put wait for 5 seconds. Next, let's hide all of this sprite first, and then let's play this up from the beginning till the end. And let's change the backdrop into the beginning backdrop. Let's add the word Jonah. Show Jonah. After you add the word Jonah, let's do a quick check. J is okay, O is okay, N is okay, A is okay, H is okay. Let's move to Jesus. Jesus is fine. Jonah is fine. Jonah's friends are fine. Then we go to ship. Now remember, this is not the ocean storm, it's the most part of the ocean. Same with the other 3 thunders also. Whale is fine. Now for the THEND code, let's go to events, and then we put when backdrop switch to the end. Then we go to looks output show. Then we put control, wait for 5 seconds. You may duplicate this code to put it in HEEND, or you may just go to H and add it here. You can also do the same for END and D, adding from here for the codes and then put it in here. After you've added the codes for the word THEND, let's go to Jonah. We go to chicken and add turning it into this. Then theme for the seconds of Jonah talking to his friend about let's go to Tarshish, it's a bit too long, so let's change 4 seconds into 2. And then for the thunder, the second is thing a bit too long, so let's change it into 5. For this one is 5. For the other also 5. Then let's go to change the second because it's a bit too long. So let's move one of these votes about this 30 steps and wait 1 second. And then after we do so, let's go to vote and change this one to 0.1 seconds, and let's start the start. So thank you all for watching this video. For the picture and sprites and backdrops, I took it from Google and Scratch, so thank you for Google and Scratch. For sound, you can use start sound at the beginning of the backdrop and stop all sound at the end backdrop. For cutting images, you can use costumes in Sprite to adjust the angle with this button, or just search for so you can easily cut an image or sprite since. So thank you all for watching this video. See you next time. Bye.